Greetings, test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it, we test it, you play it. On today's episode of Aperture Gaming, we will talk about Injustice, Gods Amongst Us for all the consoles. Back in 2008, they released a game called DC Universe vs. Mortal Kombat. Or Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe anyway. It was where they had two universes collide, obviously. Batman fought against Sub-Zero. It was pretty awesome. Like, you had your heroes and you had heroes and villains from the DC universe fighting the heroes and villains of the Mortal Kombat universe. So they figured, why not try it for just one solid universe? And thus, Injustice: Gods Amongst Us was born. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's a fighting game, and with every fighting game it has the multiplayer, but as I'm currently by myself, I decided to give the story mode a shot. And I am happy to report that the story holds up very well. There was an episode in the Justice League, or Justice League Unlimited series, called where the heroes traveled to an alternate universe and had to contend with the Justice Lords. This game is almost along those lines, but not 100% accurate. But it does have the question of like Superman versus Superman, or Batman versus Batman, Green Lantern versus other Green Lantern. It's pretty cool. You start off as like Batman, and then you become, and then you like become the Joker. Like, here's what you play as: heroes and villains from the DC universe, and you actually play through chapters. It's not the whole story of, oh, what if Deathstroke decided to take on a Wonder Woman in one-on-one combat. No, this actually plays out. The story is really good. Like there's a scenario where like, I don't know, Aquaman would be facing off against Captain Marvel, and it's actually a chapter in the story where a fight would take place in that event. It's not just a whole random mashup thing. And while there are a bunch of characters both heroes and villains offer, you don't play as every single one of them throughout the story. You do fight almost all of them, but there's a few characters that didn't get... they got screen time in the cutscenes, but they didn't get any screen time in actual combat. Yeah, the story's really great, and yeah, as you play through the game, you can unlock special little cards that you can use to unlock music, alternate costumes, sound, some concept art. You can see levels. And then you can actually destroy the levels, because as you're fighting, you can actually... When you punch a character, the shockwave resonates throughout the level, and you actually see the world take battle damage. And there's interactive stuff in the world you can use, aside from punching and kicking and laser blasts. You can actually knock people into pieces of scenery, or grab something hanging from the ceiling and throw it into them. And if you hit someone hard enough with the right move at the right part of the screen, either on the left edge or the right edge, you can actually send them flying through another part of that section. Like, one of the areas, they have you in Arkham Asylum, and it's really great. I liked how they did this. They paid tribute to the Arkham Asylum video game from a few years ago, and with Arkham City. So you're in Arkham Asylum, and if you hit someone around, you can have poison ivy plants hit them, and then you can smack them. They go flying into this auditorium. You fight them around there, and then you smack them to another part of the building. You smack them into the cafeteria, and that's where you actually encounter... They actually get beat up by Killer Croc, Two-Face, the Riddler, Penguin, and then they get sent back into the observation hall, where you actually see Dr. Hugo Strange just watching the fight. He's like, interesting. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you have some other characters from the DC universe in the background, but they don't do anything, but it's pretty interesting. All these locations, and the fact that you're able to transfer from one area to another just by knocking your opponents senseless. Yeah, so the game is great. You have your basic attacks, you have light, medium, heavy, you have your special combos. You have your combos, and then you have your special attacks, where if you build up enough juice from beating up someone pretty hard, then you unleash a pre-rendered animatic combo. My favorite one to date is Batman's, because, well, he's Batman, for crying out loud. Also, like, they have bonuses, like if you get the first hit in and whatnot, build up a power meter that you can either hit harder or have your attacks accurate, slow down time, or heal over time. Also in the game they have an experience point system, and as you win fights, you gain experience and level up. And you can use that to buy cards and stuff in the store, and you can buy experience boosters and multipliers. I think the only drawback is how we have the Batman voicing Batman, but as for the Joker, it's not Mark Hamill. It's a different actor. Granted, he does a good job, and I like the way the Joker, his look works kind of, but I think we were all, well, Arkham Asylum set Batman the Animated Series, and Arkham Asylum set the standard for Joker. Yeah. So for Injustice, let's see. So for Injustice: Gods Amongst Us, they have a special DLC coming out where you can download and play as Lobo, the main man. I haven't seen any footage yet, and since I just rented this game, I'm way too cheap to buy it. I give the game a 9 out of 10. It's pretty good. Some parts are a little annoying if you have to replay the same fight over and over again because the computer is just so good with the power combos and whatnot, but it's a really good game, and I highly recommend it. Thank you for your time, and this has been, like I said, this is Test Subject 1337. Have a nice day.